Hello and welcome to this version of CareerLocker webinar training. Today we're looking at the middle school ILP ePortfolio. This is Amy Rivera, your sales and training representative. Thanks for attending. Let's get started. At the professional homepage, this is the page that you see when you first log in as a professional. Your students should not be seeing this page. That is why there are two different registration codes. One for you and one for the students. To access the middle school site, we're going to click on this middle school link. This is the middle school homepage. I do offer separate webinars looking at the assessments and researching occupations, along with Explore More. But today we're going to be looking at the ILP ePortfolio just to give you an idea of how it looks. The ILP stands for Individualized Learning Plan. It does meet the Wisconsin Comprehensive School Counseling Model along with the American School Counseling Model if you're not in the state of Wisconsin. This page, this very first page, we have the introduction. It lets the students know what their individual learning plan is for. It's designed to prepare the students for the future in three major ways. And we have three different sections: the who am I section, where am I going, and how do I get there. So we can get started by building, or on the left hand side we can click on any of the links, or we could do a quick find. This very first page is a page for our contact information. I have the ability to attach, or actually any student has the ability to attach an image or a document, some kind of file to their ePortfolio and to specific sections. So you notice I have these older files, and when I click on it, it will reopen. So any file that I attach to my ePortfolio, I would be able to reopen that file anywhere I have internet access, which means if I attached a document at school, I would be able to reopen and access that document at home. I can also add my schools attended. So for example, we can click add a school here. We can punch in the school information, the address, the start dates, the end dates. And if I wanted to, I have the ability, let's say if I wanted to attach a copy of my diploma, I could click this attach button. And I would be able to browse my computer and attach an item. So for example, if I wanted to give it a name, Hamlin Diploma. The note here lets students know that they have a total of 100 meg of space available to them. As of right now, I only have 89 meg left, but files larger than 30 meg cannot be uploaded at a time. And the CareerLocker ePortfolio accepts the TXT files, the GIF, JPEG, pretty much any file. If a student is attaching like a photo or a PDF or a Word document, those are usually only 1 meg. The bigger files tend to be the audio files. So this is my contact information section. I also have the files here for pertaining to my educational experience. And then we have suggestions below, such as samples, suggestions, things to add pertaining to our education experience. But I'm going to click Save and Continue. Every time I click Save and Continue in the ePortfolio, it will move down this list. I don't have to click Save and Continue. I can just skip to a specific section by clicking on the section name on the left-hand side. But I'm going to go through all of these sections just to give you an idea. The ePortfolio is a storage house of information. So here we have the spot or a chance to put our personal statement. We can punch in our personal statement, or if we have our personal statement on a Word document or something like that, we would be able to attach it here. I'm going to click Update and Continue. Here's a spot for us to put in our educational accommodations. For suggestions, if students have a hearing impairment or a learning disability, they can punch that info in here. And again, if they have any documents that pertain to that, they can attach them here. Now I'm in notes. I have the ability to punch in any specific notes into my ePortfolio. So again, things that I could keep. We have suggestions like a to-do list, things you want to remember, and attaching any images or documents. The next category is our skills and abilities. Here we can highlight our language skills, our skills and experience, and then our computer and media skills. So the skills and abilities section, we really can highlight all of our skills. And again, if I wanted to add any documents pertaining to my skills, I could attach them. So you notice here, I can count to 5 in these 4 languages. I know everyone is impressed. I click Update and Continue. Here I can add some skills and experiences. I can click Add a New Skill. And if I'm not really sure what kind of skill, let's say that I am Trust. I can punch that in here. Or I can choose some of the samples below. Click Save and Continue. Oops. The next category is a spot for us to highlight our computer and media skills if we wanted to highlight that. So for example, let's say that I can write program, wait, I can write code. I can't actually, but I think that's what, I can write code in .NET. And again, there's a spot, each section has that spot to attach that image or document. The next category is assessment. So here is where all of our assessments are saved. Anytime we take an assessment in CareerLocker, it's saved in our ePortfolio in this assessments section. Now, the 8th grade WCA and the 10th grade WCA, these are only pertaining to Wisconsin students, but those students do have the ability to go in and punch in their WCA results. But then if I've taken the Career Planning 1, 2, 3, or if I've done the ECP or the Learning Styles Inventory, I can click on the inventory name here and I can go back to old assessments that I started and finished, or I can click on an assessment that I've started and had not finished. So, and these pie charts here are a reflection of my most recent inventory taken. The academic record section, this is where we have the ability to scan and attach any report cards or grade reports or transcripts that we want to. We could also scan and attach any achievement tests. So if I've taken the SAT or the ACT, or you probably wouldn't do that as low as being in middle school, but we can attach any test scores here. I also have the ability to punch in any graduation requirements. Now we're focusing on highlighting things. So we want to highlight our extracurricular activities. Now, as a former admission counselor for a college, extracurricular activities, leadership work, athletics, volunteering, service learning, those are all very important, and I recommend that you encourage your students to save good documents, have good documentation on all of the extracurriculars and leadership activities that they're doing if they do plan on going on to college, because that stuff will be very helpful on their college applications. I'm going to click Update and Continue. Here we have a spot to highlight our athletics. And then we can keep going down. We can highlight our volunteer and community service activities, our service learning, our leadership, and our leisure. Accomplishments, this is where we can highlight our awards and honors. So for example, maybe a student has earned an English award or an English scholarship. It can highlight that here. Licenses and certificates, this, for example, if a student has earned their CPR license, certified first aid license, or their lifeguard license, they can possibly scan it and attach a copy of it here. And then we have a spot to highlight affiliations and memberships, which again, as in a former admission counselor, this is going to be very important. Any membership activities, any clubs or organizations that a student has created or started, that's going to be very important. We also have a spot to highlight our publications and our exhibitions. Now this page, or on my page I should say, you see these extra sections starting at cities visited all the way down to readiness rubric. These are sections that I added on my own, and you will not see these in your ILP ePortfolio, neither will your students. Students have the ability to create their own sections by scrolling down to the bottom and clicking Create New Section. So I've added all of these other sections. I've added the sample sections, the Oshkosh, and I can delete these as well. What I can do too is add any other sections to any other of the categories in my ePortfolio. So just keep in mind, these sections are ones that I've added in just to give an example of how to do it. This next area is the Where Am I Going area. This is where our favorites are saved. So anytime we save a career cluster or pathway, it would be saved in the, it will be saved in the Where Am I Going section. And then we have the favorite occupations, favorite career clusters, favorite schools, favorite majors and degrees. The career family tree is, this pertains to the Wisconsin curriculum, to students who attend a school in the state of Wisconsin that has purchased the curriculum. So if you do not see the career family tree, no worries. Just means that you're at a school that has not purchased the curriculum. And then these last three items are my extra sections that I've added again. So I put my own favorite books and foods and places. The How Do I Get There section, this is where our job seeking tools and things have been saved. So we have a spot to save letters of recommendation. If I have a teacher or a community member who has written a letter of recommendation for me and they've emailed it to me, I would be able to attach it here, and then it would be saved in my CareerLocker ePortfolio forever. I can add a list of references. So even, let's see here, let's do, I can't even think of anybody. I'm going to do add a new work. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. References. I'm going to go back to references. So if I wanted to add a new reference, let's say that I'm going to add somebody. I'm going to add the President of the United States, Barack Obama. United States President. And then I can punch in their organization information, their address. And then if Mr. Obama or President Obama had written a letter of recommendation for me, I would be able to click on this attach button here and attach that letter of recommendation. This is nice because the ePortfolio will follow the student wherever they go. If a student starts building the ePortfolio at the middle school level, the ePortfolio goes with them up to the high school level, and then they can transfer it with them to the college level, and they have all of the old information, all of their old references, and their all of their old letters of recommendation. We also have the ability to punch in our work experience. So here we can add new work experiences, and we can attach documents that pertain to them. I can even go in, it's not College of St. Catherine anymore, it's St. Catherine. We also have the ability to add or to check out our resumes. So any resumes that we make under the Explore More button and then the job seeking tools would be saved under the Resume Maker. So that would be saved under Resume Maker. And then cover letters that we write would be saved under Cover Letter. Related coursework, this is where students can actually punch in coursework that pertains to the job that they are seeking. So here, for a suggestion, students should be entering classes, workshops, or training sessions that they have attended that are directly related to the job they're seeking. And then the job interview and the resume, these are the two tools that are found under Explore More, under the job interview and the resume. So the students can watch these videos and take quizzes regarding the videos. Their quiz results will be saved in their ePortfolio under here, let's see here, the job interview and the resume. Any budgets that we build will be saved under budget plan. And then we can add miscellaneous items. Lastly, you see that I have this extra section called My Activity Book. Again, this pertains to students who are attending a school that has purchased the CareerLocker curriculum. So if you do not see the activity book on your page, that just means that you're not at a school that has purchased the curriculum. No worries there. So remember, we can create a new section. We can see who we shared our ePortfolio with. So let's share our ePortfolio at the top of the page. We can print or view our ePortfolios, and we can share it. So we can send our ePortfolios out via email. Oh my goodness, we have some sound going on in the background. Okay, and I can choose which sections of my ePortfolio to send. So if I don't want to send somebody all of my sections, let's say they don't need to see my assessment results and my academic records, I can deselect these items. And then when I'm ready, I can click the send button and my ePortfolio will be emailed out as a PDF to whoever I requested to be sent out to. Now this view shared list, this tells me who I've actually shared my ePortfolio with. So it looks like I share it with myself a lot for training purposes. Sometimes it's Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Wow, I haven't looked at this list in a long time. That's pretty funny. And then we can just remove old categories, old shares that we've done. All right, so that was how we share an ePortfolio. If you are a professional and you want to view your students' ePortfolios, you do have the ability to do so for students that are in the K-12. To do that, you just click Professional Site. Then on the left-hand side, you click Access Student ILP ePortfolio. You accept that you have a legitimate interest. And then you find the student by either selecting the first letter of their name, punching some text, finding or selecting a group, or selecting a grade. You should be able to see anything that a student has entered into their ePortfolios. Keep in mind that if a student's ePortfolio is empty, it means that they don't have anything in their ePortfolio. So for example, I'm looking at this student's ePortfolio. They've added some work skills and pretty much their work values, but that's it. So there are no other assessment results in this student's ePortfolio. There's no PGI, there's no personal information. And that means that the student, Jennifer Abel, has not actually entered information into those sections of their ePortfolio. Okay, so that wraps up this webinar, this edition of the CareerLocker webinar focusing on the ePortfolio for middle school students. Don't forget to email me if you have questions. My email address is arivera3@wisc.edu. That's A-R-I, V as in Victor, E-R-A 3@WIS as in Sam, C.edu. Please feel free to watch any of my other webinars and send me questions at your leisure. Thanks so much. Over and out.